no go see for this life. Oh. See people wey convince people make they go take vaccine for Yankee for US. When I go watch this video now, hear what they talk about people wey take that vaccine. When I was see this video, when I watch this video, I say, sure. This one be say, you give person bag of salt. As that person carry the bag of salt, they go. You still draw rain, make rain beat them with that salt. Now be this so. We know that time when we say that they tell people, have you vaccinated? Go and take vaccine, go vaccine here, vaccine here. If you don't take vaccine, you don't go do this one, you don't go enter this office, you don't go. See what did they talk now about people who take the vaccine. Also, the other video, you go hear you go see say this food crisis and food crisis where they go on in Africa. Now you go see say now waiting people, some people sit down, plan. Now waiting this woman talk. You go see say now waiting some people just sit down, plan. Now they don't execute them one after the other. You go see say now plan something, now plan deal. I don't say sometimes if things I say why we say across the whole Africa hunger everywhere. Now you come they see say it be like say these guys. You get another video again. Why I see I go do reaction on that video. Where the current what is they call it? The current security advisor to the president of this government rather, they beg YT may they stop insurgents so that people go live their normal life. I can't they ask say, does it mean these white guys or these white people have hand in what they play? The way they beg them? I say, sure. What they saw? Many things they happen for this life. Oh. You just like, I don't understand whether I go call and say the more you look, the less you see. Now they play now. And I go watch them. Hear what the woman talk. And hear what the woman for Yankee US they talk about people who take vaccine. You go see, wahala dey. No long talk. Mona watch. Street and wisdom.
Who wrote the agreement on agriculture that's destroyed all the self-reliance and food sovereignty of people? You know, everyone's talking about the Ukraine war and Russia, but the reason African countries are hungry is because their ability to produce their food was destroyed by the right to dump by Cargill. Cargill wrote the agreement on agriculture, and then the junk food industry, the Pepsis and Cokes and Nestle's, wrote the sanitary and phytosanitary agreement and created the Codex Alimentarius to shut down healthy food and pushed the food that gave us illnesses, 75% chronic diseases. This is not a conspiracy. There is evidence that the corporations wrote the rules, then it created the billionaires. Now the billionaires rule the world. And I call them the 1%, not because they're 1%, they're just a handful. And when you ask me, you know, what's the optimism? For me, the optimism is a pathetic group of ignorant, selfish men are not more powerful than all the people who've occupied the palace of the president in Sri Lanka, the farmers who've occupied the streets of Netherlands. People have power. We've been made to think we are inert. We've been made to think nature is inert. And all it is a colonization of our mind. The minute we become free and say, we are part of nature, we are creative, and we are powerful in a different way.
In the United States, the Supreme Court has ruled that vaccinated people worldwide are products. They are now patented goods. According to U.S. law, which can be verified, people who have been vaccinated no longer qualify as humans, and therefore they can no longer be categorized as human beings. In essence, this means that those vaccinated are no longer subject to national or international law. Since 2013, all people vaccinated with genetically modified mRNAs are legally transhuman and legally identified as transhuman. Then they no longer enjoy any human or other rights of a state. This applies worldwide because GenPoint technology patents are under U.S. jurisdiction and law, where they were registered. So, yes, this exists, but it is yet another form of dividing all of us from each other. And I certainly address all people. I address the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. And we're all in this together. And our hope is that we can retain humanity in whatever way we can as this huge onslaught that we were not prepared for. We kept believing in the mainstream media, which convinced us that it was far in the future, when really it was being set up all around us. For the last 20 to 25 years, the geoengineering piece has been a huge part of this setup. And it's been going on, and we've all believed the mainstream media account that it's about weather, it's about climate change, it's about global warming, it's about carbons, and none of it was true. It is entirely about preparing for